Shall I start the introduction, sir? You can play the video. A very good evening and warm welcome to all to the final day of our webinar series AI and Data Science. Today we have two panelists with us. We have Professor Kamal Bijlani sir and Professor Praveen Singhvish sir as our panelist. They will be exploring how AI is transforming healthcare, discover real world applications and future prospects in the rapid Director AI and Medical Center, Amrita Hospital, Faridabad. Kamal sir has over 25 years of experience in implementing artificial intelligence in healthcare and digital technologies learning products worldwide. He has led numerous high-impact AI projects, holds three holds three US patents, and has authored over 55 Scopus Index publications on AI, digital technologies, mobile apps, image recognition, and pedagogy. Currently, Sir is leading several projects in AI and healthcare at Amrita Hospital, Faridabad campus. He holds patent for the following: optical polling platform detection system and method for yod estimation, interactive learning network. His major projects are in the areas of AI in healthcare, AI-based tutoring system, ample e-learning LMS software, AVIO video conferencing software. His key accomplishments are AI in healthcare. He has developed AI-powered mobile apps and deep learning models to support medical diagnosis in under-resourced areas, conducted workshops on AI and prompt engineering for over 150 healthcare professionals. AVO software includes, he led the development and deployment of India's national video conferencing platform installed in 12,000 colleges with funding exceeding 40,000 crore rupees. Ample LMS created a scalable AI powered learning management system adopted by India's Skill Ministry for millions of students, a real-time collaborative virtual learning platform. His awards include, he was awarded with Global Leader in Internet Innovations. This was awarded by Cisco USA for Amrita's AView software as a novel worldwide initiative for online video conferencing. He was also awarded for excellence in technology. This award was presented by FICCI, and Niti Ayog Vice Chair Dr. Arvind for a AView project deployment across India.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Professor Praveen Bish. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Now I'm just introducing Professor Praveen, sir. He holds a BTech engineering degree from Indian Institute of Technology, Delhi in mechanical engineering. He holds MS from Ohio State University, Columbus, USA. His work experience include he has been associated with Amrita organization since 2004, playing multiple roles with varying capacity. Currently, he is CIO at Amrita Hospital, Faridabad since 2020. He also acts as the Executive Vice President, Amrita Technologies since 2004. He is guest professor, Amrita University since 2004. Sir has also worked with I2 Technologies, USA from 1998 onwards. Prior to that, he had 2 years stint as a process engineer at PTC as first job out of college. He has been one of the founder member of Amrita Technologies with focus on bringing affordable healthcare solutions with technology innovations. He has also worked with prestigious institutions like BARC as well as Government of Maharashtra Medical Education and Drugs Department in implementing state-of-art hospital information system. Also have been fortunate to have been associated with digitalization, computerization of various other prestigious hospitals, including BHU Hospital, Varanasi, DMCU, CH Ludhiana, PCMC, and NMMC municipal hospitals. For the past several years, Sir has been heading the growth of Amrita Medical in USA, where the Amrita HIS product has been certified to the latest and greatest of healthcare standard. Since Amrita has opened up one of the largest tertiary care campus in Delhi NCR, a 2000 plus bed hospital along with medical and nursing college in Faridabad, Praveen sir has been appointed the CIO to take the leadership role here in planting, implementing of best of the IT solutions and leverage best of the IT solution. Praveen sir has been appointed this year to take the leadership role here in planning, implementing of best of the IT solutions and to leverage IT to provide best service to patients as well as employees. Welcome, Praveen sir. I welcome both of you to our panelist as a panelist. Now I hand it over to Professor Kamal sir to take over the session. It's over to you, sir.
Thank you. Thank you, ma'am. Thank you for the warm introduction, beautiful introduction, and really appreciate it. And warm welcome to
You,
all the participants this evening. And we will, take you in a brief tour of AI in healthcare. So basically, all of you, even though you're in high school, 11th or 12th, or now graduating, we all know that, AI is one of the hottest topics, and so we will be sharing that with you today. And so let me just share my screen and let me know if you can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. So basically, in today's webinar, we are going to tell you that, the healthcare, AI plus healthcare is the next frontier. And this is one of the major things that we have to be aware of. So overall, the number of doctors who are available for patients is reducing. The market growth in AI and healthcare, is increasing very rapidly. And some of the major segments in diagnostics and other areas are rapidly increasing. And virtual health assistants like chatbots, medication, mental health, and other areas are increasing very rapidly. AI in drug discovery is very useful in in the genomics, in the protein structures, and so on, in ethics like HIPAA compliancy, US and India, DPDP, so on. AI is very useful. So the overall future of AI in healthcare is super big. And many times, I was teaching for 1 year a course called AI in healthcare to doctors. And when we see of what AI can do, many of the doctors get very nervous actually, and and say like, if I am, am I really needed? So the main answer is that AI will not replace doctors. But doctors and professionals in any area who are aware of AI, who are using AI as a tool, will be at an advantage and will definitely have an edge over people who don't know AI. So that is the overall idea, that AI is going to be the stethoscope or the overall idea of the 20th first century. And just to give you an idea, we have at Amrita here, Vishwa Vidyapeetham, we have a variety of AI agents, and I'll go through these with you briefly. Before I do that, let me just give you a very brief glimpse of Amrita. So we are Amrita Vishwa Vidyapeetham. We have 9 campuses, including Delhi NCR campus. We have multiple things like BTech, MTech, and students gain hands-on AI experience at Amrita Hospital. We have this huge hospital that was inaugurated by Prime Minister Modi, which is one of the biggest in Asia. And there we have an AI center and healthcare, which is very unique. Even the IITs don't have this right now, that in the same campus, you have a complete medical campus and you have the AI, BTech and MTech degrees going on. So we have expert faculty. Many of our faculty are experts and international faculty. And we are doing many different AI projects here. So some of these projects here, you can go and see on our AI website. The website is called amritaai.org. And some of these students themselves are involved in many of these projects. And it's everything from project for women to men to technology to medical, legal, everything. We have and games and so on. Just to give you a very brief idea, I will give you a very short demo of our hospital appointment system here at Amrita Faridabad. And as you can see, and in this system, what the system does is, like when I talk to it, it's a voice-based AI chatbot. So these AI agents, what are being called as AI agents, is what is the future right now. All companies, like the top companies in the world, like Google, Microsoft, Tesla, and so on, are all engaged in a big war, actually, among themselves. And so the AI technology and what we see in ChatGPT or Google Gemini, the features we see change very rapidly. And I think you have seen a little bit of that yesterday from Professor Geeta, if you attended that. So here, I'm going to show you a very quick demo of an hospital system. It is in Hindi. So if you're from South India, but I'll keep the Hindi very simple. I wanted to show it more in an Indian language so that you can see that this is working in an Indian language. Okay. So I'm going to call our Hindi agent.
अमृता हॉस्पिटल फरीदाबाद में आपका स्वागत है। मैं किस चिकित्सीय समस्या में आपकी सहायता कर सकता हूँ?
मेरे हाथ पे थोड़ी खुजली है और थोड़ा लालपन है, तो मुझे इसकी चिकित्सा करवानी है।
ठीक है जी, मुझे बताइए कि आपको यह खुजली और लालपन कब से है? क्या आपको इससे कोई और परेशानी हो रही है, जैसे जलन या दर्द? और क्या आपको लगता है कि किसी चीज से एलर्जी की वजह से यह हुआ है?
ये तो पता नहीं, मुझे 3 दिन से ये खुजली और लालपन हो रहा है। और थोड़ा लोशन लगाए थे, उससे थोड़ा बेटर फील कर रहे हैं, पर अभी हमें डॉक्टर को मिलना है।
समझ गई। 3 दिनों से खुजली और लालपन है और लोशन लगाने से थोड़ी जलन हो रही है। ठीक है, मैं आपको त्वचा रोग विशेषज्ञ से मिलने का सुझाव दूंगी। क्या आप किसी खास दिन या समय पर अपॉइंटमेंट लेना चाहेंगे? इसके लिए मुझे आपका नाम और फोन नंबर चाहिए होगा।
ठीक है, मेरा नाम कमल है। मेरा फोन नंबर है 987865 987865। और मुझे कल 3 बजे अपॉइंटमेंट चाहिए है डॉक्टर के साथ।
जी कमल जी, आपका फोन नंबर 9987659875 है और आप कल 3 बजे का समय चाहते हैं। मैं इस समय की पुष्टि करूंगी। आपके लिए डॉक्टर मोलिशा भंडारी, जो त्वचा रोग विशेषज्ञ हैं, से अपॉइंटमेंट फाइनल कर दिया गया है। क्या आप इस अपॉइंटमेंट की पुष्टि करना चाहेंगे?
ठीक है, डॉक्टर मोलिशा से हम कल 3 बजे मिल सकते हैं। आपका बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद।
बहुत बढ़िया कमल जी, आपको जल्द ही हमारे अस्पताल से संपर्क किया जाएगा। शुभकामनाएं और धन्यवाद।
थैंक यू। बाय बाय। So as you just heard, this chatbot was our hospital appointment chatbot, right? And what did it do? I told it what were my issues, and by voice to voice, it took my symptoms, which was itching and redness, and told me that I will be meeting a dermatologist. So on the back end, in the database, it has a list of all the doctors and their specialities. So it picked one of the dermatologists, and that is exactly what I needed. Also, it asked me for my name, my phone number, and my symptoms, and those three things it will put into a database. And immediately now I will get a message and a WhatsApp message. And these messages about my name, my symptom, my tentative appointment will also be given to the appointment team at Amrita Faridabad, who will then confirm it. So you can see that a chatbot, a voice agent can interact with us, and this same kind of an AI agent will become very common and popular in our life in the next few years, definitely. In every language in India, in every language in the world. And basically, one way to think about it is, let's say you're filing a police FIR, right? Then there is a template that you have to fill out: the name, the event, whether there was a fire or a burglary. There is sort of a template to everything we do. And this chatbot can basically fill out that template automatically. And if some information is left pending, it will keep asking me till it is filled out. Like this chatbot asked me for the name, phone number, and the time of the appointment. So in a similar way, whether it is in legal, whether it is in business, whether it is in healthcare, AI agents are being built for specialization in narrow areas, and they can have a voice interface to them. So that is the new technology that we are all looking at, and we are all very excited that we can share this with you, and we will all be building this together. So I'll come back to some of these chatbots in a little while. I would now like to invite Professor Praveen Bist, and he will be giving you the next part of the presentation. Pravinji, over to you.
Thank you, Professor Kamal. That was, very insightful, and a quick introduction about our university and also specifically about our campus and School of AI. And again, welcome everyone, all the potential students. Maybe some of the parents are also joining us online. We welcome you all. And like Professor Kamal explained about one of the agents, what I will do is I will also touch upon few other examples of the agents projects that we have been doing involving our students and also the resident doctors. So these are, we have a huge facility. We have a big campus with the multi-specialty hospital where we have 300 plus doctors. So, and if you interact with anyone, they come up with some great ideas as to how, if we can possibly solve some small problem which they are having. And we think AI has a very good potential in terms of solving some of them, and here is some of the examples. So the first one is getting the data captured in digital format. Specifically with regards to AI, we all know if data is not there, we will not be able to do much with AI because AI is highly dependent on digital data. So this is one way in which we can rapidly increase the adoption of AI in healthcare by ensuring that while a doctor is talking to the patient, while their consultation is going on, the voice of the doctor and the patient gets recorded, it gets transcribed, and it can be in any language. That's the beauty of it, and it will get easily categorized to the different templates like Kamalji was just mentioning. So we'll go to the next slide, and we can see that the UI is very intuitive, very simple, where the doctor, from his perspective, will be logging in. He'll be selecting the language, and then he starts a regular consultation with the patient while he's clicking on the record button. So this is from the doctor's standpoint, and as he does that, the transcription will be taken and also transcribed, and in the UI we can see the summary of it as well as the categorization of it. So if you can go to the next slide, here you could see the medical summary as well as the details of the conversation in a very categorized fashion based on the template that was selected. And this lends itself to be used in not only in healthcare, but in so many other industries. Like Professor Kamal was giving an example of filing an FIR. So the concept is very similar. You can always have a conversation between two humans. If we can only capture it digitally, it can do so much better in terms of efficiency, in terms of productivity, reduction in error, reduction in duplicate effort, so on and so forth. So this has been a huge success, and we have seen rapid adoption of similar ideas in different use cases. And we'll move on to the next one, where same application, if you look from the patient standpoint, say a doctor has prescribed multiple medication to the patient, and patient is back home, and now he should be able to get all the alerts based on what the doctor wants the patient to follow in terms of treatment. So this is where the beauty is, that it is fully integrated. So you have a patient side of things also, where very easily system can look at the details and then alert the patient as and when need be, which could be with respect to any treatment protocol. So it could be taking the medication in the right fashion. It could also be any other preventive measure that the patient needs to have. It could be some educational content that we want to provide. And we can also very easily provide these alerts. It could be a voice-based alert, it could be text-based alert, and the voice-based alerts could be in the voice of the doctor, so that the patient can actually relate to it and take it much more seriously. So if you go to the next slide, we can see that we have some screenshots here where we're talking from the medication perspective. So on an average, when a patient, after post surgery goes back home, he is on average taking more than 5 to 6 medications, and each medication could be 2 to 3 times. So you can imagine sometimes, especially with elderly patient, it's not always very easy to be on top of the medication schedule. And this application has really helped, and we have received so much in terms of appreciation from our patients, so that they're not missing out any medication. And then we are also able to ensure that they are taking the right protocol, ensuring that they have a good outcome of the medical treatment they are taking. Then the third one, which I'll talk about, is more on the administrative and operational efficiency of a hospital. So the previous one was more clinical, where we were talking about patient-doctor interaction. And this one is more about increasing the efficiency of one of the departments. So operation theater is one department in a hospital, which is, I would say, the most bottleneck of in terms of productivity of the entire hospital. Because if you can have more surgeries done, you can treat more patients, you can increase revenue, and overall you can reduce the cost of providing the healthcare. So for that we have developed this system where the AI-based solution is able to look at all the surgeries that are planned for the next day, come up with the efficient schedule, and this is all like happening within seconds. So it's not taking sometimes hours that a nurse, a very senior nurse, has to actually spend. And it not only does scheduling, it also aligns it with respect to all the rules. So for example, we know that sometimes there are different surgeries could happen on the same operation theater, but there are specific type of surgeries that cannot happen in mix of other surgeries, because it needs some fumigation and other constraints are there. Similarly, every surgery needs a lot of equipment, so it also need sterile sets from the CSSD. So all those constraints can also be factored in while coming out with the optimum schedules. And if you are able to do in terms of surgery, even one surgery per operation theater every day extra, that is a huge gain. And we have developed the whole workflow where the schedule is published to all the nursing in charge. It goes back to the pharmacist. If there is some medication that has to be brought into the OT, it goes to the sterile department, CSSD, where all the sterile sets have to come in. And also it goes to anesthetist for them to complete the PAC, the pre-anesthetist checkup prior to the surgery. So this is looking at every aspect of scheduling an operation theater and ensuring that all those events and constraints are taken into consideration. We can go to the next slide. Yeah. And this is another one of them where image recognition of the AI capability is leveraged, and we can very easily detect sometimes cancer or any other diagnosis that a patient could possibly having. It can also do kind of a chat-based assistant. So there are different inputs we take from the patient. One is the image. It could be image of the skin lesion. It could be like from the tongue or from the oral cavity. So all these different images are taken, and AI model can easily interpret it. In parallel, we also present the question to the patient, and then as and when the patient is giving the inputs, those are also taken into consideration. So it's been really very heartening to see the adoption of AI and the ability it has to really provide the best healthcare experience to the patient at a lowest cost. So that is very exciting. And over back to you, Professor Kamal, to take from here.
Thank you, Professor Praveen. So yeah, thank you very much for your presentation on some of the AI apps and what we are calling now as AI agents. As you can see, that each of these apps or agents, they Yeah, sorry about that. I think we have a storm going on here, and there was a bit of a power outage. Can you hear me again?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay, good. Let me just quickly share the screen again. So, Professor Praveen, in case I have a power outage, please continue the talk, just in case.
Sure, absolutely, Professor Kamal.
So yeah, we'll just show you a few more, examples of AI agents, and then we will take a few questions also. So in the area of education, AI and agents are becoming very popular, and we have built several systems actually. So overall, as an AI place here, we not only, we have professors, we have students, we have clubs, and we have an AI team, and we do development and interaction with the schools, with education, with legal, with healthcare. So it's a multifaceted place where we have a lot of AI applications in a whole set of areas. In education, obviously, AI is very beneficial, that you can study something and it can be a custom personal experience, because you can tell the AI to ask you a set of questions, and then it will ask you questions at the level at which you are. So, once it understands that you know this concept, then it will go to the next concept, or it will increase the difficulty level. So here you can see that on the student dashboard, there are various difficulty levels. And this is a course in Python where I can learn Python from an AI system. And it keeps on increasing the difficulty level of various concepts till I am thorough in them. We have Bharat FIR, which is police system for AI for a police system for filing an FIR, like which we described briefly. And here the idea is that we are building a website where any citizen will be able to record their audio in any language and file the complaint, and that will go to the police station. And then with the help of the police, depending upon the particular state, the FIR will be filed online or offline at the police station. And also there will be, ways for the policemen to get assistance from the thing. For legal references, we will be connecting various, when you say IPC, Indian Penal Code, so on, we will have our AI system connected to that, so that any policeman or even citizen can know what are my rights, what is my right action, and so on in any legal situation. And this is also completely multilingual, as you can see. Bharat ICU is another project where we are working with other hospitals and we are monitoring ICUs, the usage of them. And because, like, for example, during the COVID, there was a huge shortage of ICUs and oxygen, which all of you may be aware about. And, for having AI monitoring all our infrastructure, or like ICUs nationally, this is a national level project with the government for monitoring ICUs all over India. And overall, for speech system, we are doing so many systems that not only work in English, but we are making them all multilingual also. Just like the example that I gave you, the interaction will be in Hindi, Malayalam, Tamil, Telugu, Punjabi, whatever, Bengali, Marathi, but the final information and the chatbot and the database we keep in English. So we will pause here. I also invite Professor Praveen to come back, and together we will try to take some questions. And if you have any interest in any areas, over to you for taking questions.
Sure, sir. Actually, I'm just sharing two questions which are most frequently asked by the students. One of the question is, what is the difference between BTech CSE and BTech AI and data science?
So BTech AI and data science and BTech CSE AI. Very good question. And both these programs, as you know, see, even AI is mostly based on computer science. So in both of them, we have all the core computer science courses, like the core computer science courses nowadays would be programming, object-oriented, data structures, database, and so on. In computer science, there are a few more courses which are traditionally always there in computer science. And in AIDS, we also expose students to more areas in interdisciplinary areas. So I would say overall, there is probably a difference of maybe 5 to 10 courses, but it also depends a lot on which electives you choose finally, right? Because from the second year, second semester, or third year, first semester, you can start choosing electives. So the electives obviously will be based on your interest. In AIDS, we do try to give you a little bit more exposure to all the other areas, because when you're doing AI and data, you need to collect data in some area. You're muted, ma'am. We can't hear you, Dr.
Yes, sir. I have unmuted, sir. So another thing is, what are the career opportunities after AI and data science in medical engineering BTech program?
AI and data engineering after AI and data science after medical engineering, there's a huge amount of opportunities. In fact, all the things that Professor Praveen and I showed you today, all of those AI agents in medical, in healthcare, you can build. There are, we were only able to show you, maybe 10 to 12 projects together, but, we have around already active 20 to 30 projects where we collect data and then we work with the doctors and, we build projects, products. There's a lot of data collection with medical devices. Medical devices ranges from wearables to what is in the hospital. So I would request Professor Praveen to give us a little more insight into medical devices at the in the hospital, what devices are there and how they are used and how data is collected from them.
Yes, so we have, a lot of devices, including bedside monitors. We have different ECGs. So traditionally, all these devices do take the patient data, but doesn't transmit it. Is not able to communicate it back. But with the advent of IoT, and we need this data finally for AI agents to be effective. So it's like a whole cycle. So we have been able to incorporate IoT principles, robotic principles, to ensure that we get the right amount of data, and then while ensuring the cybersecurity of it, because we don't want this data to get in wrong hands also. So there are different aspects that we need to ensure while we are taking this whole workflow into consideration.
Okay, sir. There is one more confusion which is prevailing in the society. People often ask if machines are replaced, I mean humans are replaced by machine, will the chances of employment decrease? There is a frequently asked questions, and there is a confusion in the society regarding this, sir.
Go ahead, Professor Praveen. I'll take it after you.
Yeah, so it's always a big dilemma. I would not say that the jobs or the number of projects will reduce. Definitely, it will. Additionally, like you mentioned, I did my engineering, mechanical engineering, 30 years ago from IIT Delhi. At that time, that was supposed to be, one of the great. In a decade's time, most of the students would not want to go to mechanical. They would want to go to CS. And that happened for 2 decades. And now, last few years, nobody wants to do anything else but AI, because, so it's a shift. I wouldn't say that there is a reduction in one way or the other. Idea here is AI can actually improve the working in any domain, not just computers. It could be in a manufacturing setup. It could be in a healthcare setup that we're talking about. So it has very wide applications. So I think we are in a best time of our generations. Professor Kamal.
Understood, sir.
Yeah, definitely. So I think AI definitely, as I said, earlier when I showed the quote that doctors who know AI will always be preferred over doctors who don't know AI. So the same is true for all professionals now. And right now we are noticing that AI is becoming part of every department: mechanical, electrical, electronics. See, just like math and English are fundamental skills, right? They need to be known by all departments. Similarly, some knowledge of AI is becoming a fundamental skill. We are all using ChatGPT and we are, picking up that skill. But little more formal training in AI will become a part and parcel of every department going forward.
Yes, sir. Understood, sir. That's all from our side, sir. If you have further to continue, you can continue, sir.
Okay. Basically, we would like to tell our, students that if they are, anywhere in India, they can write to us, or, we can, there are on our website, there are videos, and like we said, summarized here, we, the major difference that we are doing in AI is we are doing project-based learning. In the sense that when the students come, we don't have a final exam, for example, in most of the courses. So this is a new paradigm shift, which is extremely beneficial for the students, because in order for actual learning to take place, major amount of doing is needed. So the government of India, for example, they have started a program called Tinkering Labs, which is going on for some time now. And when we do things, when we create things, when we work in teams, that is what is needed when you go out looking for a job. So now at Amrita, along with our AI Leadership Council, we have a complete paradigm shift where for most of the courses, we do not have a final exam. All the students become teams and work together and deliver a final project. And we are finding that the students are much happier doing that because actually they end up learning a lot more. So this entire paradigm shift of the pedagogy, which is going on under the national education policy, is extremely beneficial for the students. And so the labs, the technology, the other thing that I would like, maybe Professor Praveen can talk for it a little bit. Professor Praveen, can you explain a little bit how studying at Amrita Faridabad is like having academics and industry at the same place?
Sure. I think it's a very valid point because end of the day, when you actually go out from your, classroom, you are working in a team. It's never that as an individual, there are very, very few people who have really made it. It's essentially the team that makes you successful. So what allows you to develop this skill set of working as a team and then delivering and then creating success is this multidisciplinary approach where you are working with actual application. It's a real life application where either it could be a doctor that you're working with, being in a hospital, but a hospital actually is like an industry in itself. So it has a clinical side, there are robotic side, there is supply chain, because there is a big procurement, there is manufacturing in the sense we have a research lab where we are doing a lot of this bio-based good manufacturing practices, GMP labs. And then on top of it, we have a big HR department, we have a big accounts department. So all these is nothing but a miniature, way of bringing all the different verticals, all the different domains in one single place. And we are able to pick based on the use case that a user has, based on the problem they are facing, we are able to leverage the use of AI and then help them in solving that problem. So I think it's an excellent way to inculcate the spirit of problem solving, I think, which is what is really needed, and it's the requirement of the hour.
Right. So basically, for learning to take place, it has to be project based. When I went to school, like in BITS Pilani, even though it's a long, long time back, the main thing that I remember is the third year project that I did and the fifth year project that I did. Everything else is like very fuzzy and hazy, all the courses that I did. But I do distinctly remember the two projects that I did. And so project-based learning is very important. And, you will become a much more better doer and learner in the process. So we have taken that very strong initiative at School of AI, and we think that is the future. So project-based learning instead of exams and the totally new pedagogy in an environment which is like an industry in itself is a very unique place that we have here at Amrita Hospital and School of AI, Delhi NCR Faridabad.
Got it, sir. Is it complete from your side, sir? Is the session completed?
Yes. Professor Praveen, anything else? Please go ahead.
No, I think I just want to highlight here is, we are living in a very exciting times, and we are very fortunate actually to be here in whatever capacity, myself as a administrator, as educator, and then the education and the career of their kids, and then the students themselves, but you have so much information with you, so you're very fortunate. Make the best use of it. Make sure you look at all the aspects. Making your decision with all the information is the best thing that you can possibly do, which we were not very fortunate of when we were at your position. So again, all the very best, and wish you success in future.
Thank you, sir. That was a very good guidance for the students. And before winding up, all those who have registered for Amrita CSAP, I would request them to complete the registration by this month end, or so that you can participate in our counseling process. So our counseling process will end by, the registration for first phase will end by this month end. So please, students, make sure that those who have not completed the registration process, please complete it by this month end. And thank you, both of you, sir. It was a very informative session. Thank you, Kamal, sir. Thank you, Praveen, sir. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Namaskar.
Namaskar. With this, we are winding up today's session.